Good afternoon, everyone. Is this working? Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the white coat ceremony for DPT Class 21. We're all very excited that you're here. It's great to see the friends and family from our students, and we're very proud of them and excited to give them their white coats today. They've done a great job. This class has been fantastic to work with and have in our program, and we're so happy you made it to celebrate with us. And I'd like to invite Dr. Merrill to come up to the podium.
Okay. Hello, hello. I'm just so happy to be here. I'm just so content to be here. My name is Dr. Megan Merrill. I teach the pediatrics course for this group of students. I haven't seen you all for a very long 6 weeks, it feels like, and it's so fun to see you here all dressed up and not in your usual garb during class. So I have an interesting privilege in that I only teach these students in their 5th semester. So I don't meet them prior to this point, and it kind of has a few advantages. These students come in with a blank slate, and then I come in with a blank slate as well, hopefully. I come in unbiased, without any preconceptions about you guys, and I have to say that I'm also a very emotional pregnant lady. I have to say that I have been absolutely blown away by this cohort. You all have shown such an incredible amount of growth over just the semester that I saw, and I can only imagine that if we compound that growth over your entire time, that it's been just tremendous. I just remember that first lab when there was a group of you that was working with a 24-day-old baby, which is the youngest baby we've ever had on campus. And you were so nervous, and how do I hold a baby, and how do I hold their head? To our last lab, where we had a handful of students order a Barney costume and wear a Barney costume because one of our patients would only follow instructions if Barney gave them to her. And I am just so impressed by your dedication. Your effort has not gone unnoticed in your 5th semester and over your entire time. So thank you for that. I also, on my end, just want to extend a massive thank you for your kindness and compassion to me. And also an even more massiver thank you to your kindness and compassion to all the kids that we brought on campus. Every semester I get so worried about bringing kids on campus. They're people that are near and dear to my heart, they're patients of mine, and I am just again blown away at how compassionate you all were and how kind and how good you were to those patients. And it's so touching for me to be able to stand back and watch you guys just jump in the deep end and see what happens and make things work. And there's a lot of failure, and there's a lot of no's, and there's a lot of things that don't work, but there's also so much success. Based on the interactions I've had with you, I have no doubt in my mind that you guys will be incredible clinicians. And that journey to being a clinician takes its next step tonight. So, you all know how much I love a milestone. Just a quick pop quiz so we know that I taught you something. At what age do kids walk? 18 months. Ooh, I taught you something for what it's worth. I bring up milestones because tonight brings a different kind of a milestone. Milestones aren't just for kids, they're also for us, and I think it's so important that we recognize your guys' milestones in this life as well. You guys have made it through your education to this point, and you're transitioning from students to clinicians. We're leaving the classroom and we're entering the clinic. That deserves to be celebrated, and you guys will be awarded your white coats, which symbolizes that transition, and it helps get you in that next step. The white coat symbolizes many things, and this transition from student clinician is one of the most important. So I think, please, sometime tonight or in the next few days, give yourself the credit for everything it took to get to this point, because is noteworthy and milestone worthy, okay? The irony of me giving this white coat talk, at the beginning of the semester, I told you guys that I don't love dressing professionally because I work with kids, and kids get freaked out when you dress super, super professionally. So I'm always on the edge of business casual and casual. But that does not mean that I don't believe in the white coat and everything it symbolizes, okay? I think it's so important that we carry the white coat with us everywhere that we go in all of our interactions, especially as a clinician, whether you choose to wear it or not. That's completely up to you. That's up to the clinic that you're in. That's up to your patient setting. That's up to your personal feelings. But whether or not you choose to physically wear your white coat, you should carry everything that it means with you. The white coat symbolizes a lot of things, and I don't want to talk about any of those things. I want to talk about everything the white coat does not symbolize. We're just going to ixnay from our brains and not worry about that, okay? So first, the white coat does not symbolize knowing everything. We place a very unrealistic expectation on ourselves to graduate and to go into the clinic and be walking encyclopedias. For you guys to know every slide, every definition, everything you've ever learned in this entire program, and that is nonsense, okay? We all know those clinicians that are geniuses, and they're all sitting on that side of us, and there's a handful of us on stage. I'm not one of them. They have been in this profession for years and years and years, and I can promise you that all these people that seem like they know everything are asking a lot of questions. So I tell you to ask lots of questions. Please, please, please learn from the kids that you have worked with and question everything. Why is the sky blue? Why do dogs walk on four legs? Why do the flowers bloom? Why this, why that, how this, how that? Keep asking questions, okay? Do not expect yourself to know everything. That is setting yourself up for failure. I don't expect you to know everything. We don't expect you to know everything. You can't expect yourself to know everything, okay? The white coat to me symbolizes curiosity and the willingness to learn. And kids have nailed this. They have figured this out to a T, and we lose that somewhere along the way. And so I want you to come back to that curiosity and the willingness to learn. I also think I don't know are 3 of the most important words that you can say ever, whether personally or professionally. So please master saying, I don't know. It's 4 words if you don't have the conjunction, right? Okay. The other thing the white coat does not symbolize is never making mistakes ever again. I'm sure with a show of hands, I'm not going to make you actually raise your hands. How many of us have made a mistake in the last week, if not the last 24 hours? And it is every single one of us, okay? You will make mistakes. You will make mistakes all the time. And I want to look at kids again, who are the ultimate teachers. Kids fall all the freaking time. They are always on the floor. They're covered in bumps and scrapes. They're tripping, they're running into things, they're falling backwards, they're just uncoordinated messes, kind of, right? Not only is falling developmentally appropriate, it is absolutely essential for learning. You physically cannot learn a new skill without falling or failing a handful of times. On average, I looked this up, the average 2-year-old falls 17 to 38 times a day. And how many of those lead to tears? Not all 38. How many of them lead to broken bones? Like 1 in your entire lifetime, right? We have bad falls, and that happens, and we cry, and we have a hard time to get over it, but most of them are okay. So I encourage you to be willing to fall. The best clinicians are those that push themselves and push their boundaries and fail and say, that didn't work. And that's totally fine, because now I know, and I'm going to move forwards from that, right? Kids fall and they get right back up. It's natural and it's part of this development, and I want you guys to take that with you into the clinic, okay? Lastly, the white coat does not symbolize you taking yourself too seriously, okay? You guys are big, bad professionals now, but doesn't mean you take yourself too seriously, okay? The white coat looks very, very professional, and it's intended to. It represents our profession. And it comes with a lot of responsibility. It's how we carry ourselves, how we communicate, how we interact with those around us. But I think there's a nuance to it. I think the white coat symbolizes your status as being a doctor of physical therapy and the responsibilities that comes with, okay? It does not mean having a serious face all the time and being grumpy and clocking in and clocking out and blah, 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 right? There's no joy in that. So what it does symbolize to me is laughing and having fun at your job and finding joy in the journey and just being happy with where you are in this process. And you guys know me. Do you think I would do anything in this world that didn't bring me a little bit of joy? Like, no, there's no chance. So I encourage you, and I've said this to you guys 1,000 times, do what brings you joy. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you fulfilled in this life and in this profession particularly. If the thing that makes you the most money also makes you the most happy, more power to you. If it's not that way, more power to you. If it's peds, as it should be for all of you, then double the joy. But like I said, I think the purpose of this is just that you are happy and fulfilled in your profession, and I think this white coat symbolizes that. You are happy with the decisions you've made and where you've ended up in this life. The other thing I'm sure you guys have learned from kids, and I've watched you learn this lesson, is they don't do a dang thing they don't want to do, right? They don't go up the stairs just because you told them to. They don't do 10 squats just because you told them to. They say a lot of no's. And I encourage you to do the same. Take those steps, take those chances in your career. Go into the clinic that just sounds like it would be a good time, not necessarily like it would look good on a resume, okay? Please do what makes you happy. And I encourage you while you're on your clinicals to self-reflect. A lot of you are probably going into clinicals with expectations of what you think you will like, and I think many of you will be very, very surprised by what you find that you like or don't like. So please be open-minded as to where this career could take you. All this being said, you are all well-equipped to become clinicians. You are not only incredible students, but you're also just incredible people that I have been so privileged to know, and I think we can all say the same thing. You have skills and talents and perspectives that uniquely suit you and make you so fit for this job that you have chosen. You will benefit the people that you interact with. You will benefit the communities that you are a part of. You have spent countless hours preparing for this moment. You are ready. You can do this. Do not question yourself, okay? You got this. And with that being said, know that all of us, me included, every email I didn't answer on time, I read them and I get to them. But know that all of us are here to support you and will answer whatever questions you have and will help you along this journey. And I truly, from the bottom of my heart, cannot wait to see where you all end up. So good luck and congratulations.
All right, I just have to throw this out there. You guys just heard the milestone for walking, which is 18 months. Yesterday, I was at a park. We got a great addition to our cohort in McKenna. And I got to see McKenna's son, Briggs, take this pickleball, throw it Mach 90 up this slide that was probably like 18 feet tall. It comes down, again, Mach 90, and in midair, as this pickleball's coming off, he connects with it on this punt that goes like 20 yards. It was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in my life. So I just had to throw out that pediatric milestone. So if there's any college recruiters out here, then start sending that kid contracts, because he's ready. I just want to preface that I will not be taking any questions or comments, even if hands are raised. That goes for you too, Harmony, Damien, Dan, and Braden. So you are all probably wondering how in the world I got up here. What you don't know is there's a long list of requirements needed to give this white coat speech at RMU. Requirement number 1, no more than 15 online shopping websites can be visited in one class period. That immediately eliminated Jess and Audrey. Number 2, an exam review document could not have been longer than 300 pages. That, Margaret, gone. I would not have got through school without Margaret. I need to throw that out there. You had to have a dog-loving heart and be able to see over the podium. Blaine is out of here. It must be less than 39 years since your team won a Super Bowl. DJ, Shane, Cam, the door. You must be able to read from left to right. It's a hard thing for Ellie to do, okay? You must be more confident in your ability to draw the brachial plexus than to draw a very detailed map of Southeast Asia. So Jake was gone. Jake's out. A designated testing outfit must have been worn for every test throughout PT school. That brought it down to me and Emma. This is where it got tight. But here's the kicker. This is the last one. No yelling, move, at pedestrians crossing sidewalks as you careen through them with suddenly dysfunctional brakes. And so here I am, the sole survivor. No, I'm probably up here because this is the one place my cohort thought I wouldn't get hurt. Knock on wood. I'm looking for a trap door. Speaking of survivor, as I sat on my couch contemplating what I'd say in this talk, I was watching the greatest show on television, which is Survivor. And many of you may not know this, but Dr. Merrill, who, it was a disservice for me to speak after her. That was really rude. But Dr. Merrill is a fellow massive Survivor fan. And if you don't know the show, the final 3 contestants at the end, they have to pitch their case to a jury on how they outplayed, outwit, and outlasted the game, everyone else in the game. And so I began to notice some similarities between Survivor and PT school, our experience here. 2 years ago, we stepped onto this island of PT school, most of us wondering how in the world we got here, and if we knew what we were getting ourselves into. But now, standing before you at this white coat ceremony, I can confidently say that we outwitted, outplayed, and outlasted the didactic portion of PT school. First, outwit. PT school tested our minds in every way possible, from anatomy exams that felt like puzzles with too many pieces, to neuro tests on spinal tracts that had us wondering if we were reading Mandarin, to physiology finals that Dr. CC surely had to have been in a bad mood when she was writing. We had to think critically, study relentlessly, and adapt constantly. Outwitting didn't just mean memorizing muscles or mastering treatment techniques. It meant learning how to balance being a student with being a human. It meant learning when to push and when to rest, or go home and get body slammed by a 3-year-old in my case. It meant learning how to support one another. At the beginning of PT school, I heard Shelby talking with her boyfriend on the phone. And she said, oh, look, I'm going to introduce you with the guy with the schedule and a family. And they came over, and it was true. I sat at a table on the 8th floor all by myself, and I studied relentlessly, for hours upon end. And I started to get burned out. So outwitting for me meant relying on my classmates. I found good study groups, and PT school was fun again. And if we're being honest with each other, we wouldn't have made it this far without our classmates saving us a time or 10. Although, word to the wise, if said classmates try to convince you to run a Spartan beast, just say no. Next is outplay. In and out of the classroom, we outplayed. We outplayed the faculty in volleyball games. We outplayed all the less athletic cohorts above and below us in intramural sports, even if it took laying out the competition in Harmony's case. Sweet Luis almost outplayed the 250 people that finished above him in a 24-hour catfish competition. We entered cardiovascular presentations as Snoop Dogg and a rodeo star simultaneously riding 3 horses. You could see through labs and in the classrooms, this is a group of people that chose a career they love and had fun learning how to practice it. And then there's endurance, the grind of 2 intense years, the moments of self-doubt, the anxiety before a practical. Dysfunctional livers and torn ACLs, babies born mid-semester, many hours of figuring out if we likey or no likey PNF. The big A owls that are prevalent in this area. Am I right, Dr. Stoneman? We didn't just survive. We grew, we learned, and we transformed into clinicians who embody what the white coat symbolizes. As I started my freshman year of college, my dad gave me a challenge to beat his record of going on dates with 23 different girls in 8 weeks. I took the challenge. I was doing good. I had gone on 12 dates with 12 different girls in 4 weeks. While I was treating these girls with respect and the dates were fun, my motivation behind the dates was beating my dad's number. I was going through the motions, but then I got hit with a curveball. Her name was Millie Weston, the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen, and she didn't even give me the time of day. To make things even more complex, Every time I would ask Millie to go on one of my generic dates like mini golf, all 5 of her roommates would come with her. I quickly realized that not only did I no longer care about the dating competition, but I needed to change my approach if I was ever going to have a chance with this Greek goddess. So I started spending more time with Millie, and the 5 roommates, of course, and finding out more about her. After several more failed roommate-separating date ideas, I learned she was raised on a cattle ranch and loved the ranching lifestyle. A plan was born. I told Millie that it was on my bucket list to ride a cow, which was a true story. She scoffed and said I couldn't stay on for more than 0.2 seconds, but amused at the prospect of me getting owned by a cow, she agreed to take me out to the ranch for a ride attempt. To plan a day to go, of course, all 5 roommates were there. But every time one of the roommates said that a day would work for them, suddenly it didn't work for me. Until we arrived at a day that only me and Millie were available. The 2-hour drive out to the ranch was awesome. When we arrived, Millie's brother, a cowboy with biceps 2 times bigger than my thighs, stepped out. He roped the largest cow I've ever seen in my life, and I climbed on top. I thought my adductors were going to tear, that cow was so wide. On attempt number 1, the cow stumbled trying to get up and fell sideways with the bottom half of my body underneath. 20 minutes later, I was back on top. Attempt number 2 was glorious. I rode that cow off into the sunset. True story. After visiting with the family, another 2-hour ride back to campus, the rest was history. Millie was hooked, and now she's the woman who deserves an honorary PT degree and is the mother of my 2 beautiful children. Now, please don't date your patients. Please do not give that level of care. But as we put on the white coat and transition from the classroom to the clinic, we are committing to a dedication to patient care. We commit to never stop learning. We commit to never give up relentlessly pursuing an answer or an intervention to help our patients despite obstacles, or in my case, roommates in our way. To find the hook that will change the course of care for each patient, even if it sometimes requires creative thinking. I've observed through years of working in PT clinics that clinicians who focus on the numbers, as I did in my early dating career, and give robotic care, both they and their patients miss out on the joy and life-changing capacity of physical therapy. Those who embody what the white coat symbolizes, find the hook, or in my case the cow, with each patient, treat the patient with and focus interventions on their goals and interests, change lives, and represent the white coat well. I've spent 2 years getting to know these individuals, your sons and daughters or your friends or your spouses. These 51 people have shown me that they are people who represent the white coat well. There are some amazing minds in this cohort. There are minds that could have gone on to do things that would have made them a lot more money. Because if we're being honest, this ain't the career if you're in it to make a lot of money. But they care about people. Whether it was Audrey, who when my car's obsessed son, did I just say Aubrey? That was, okay, Audrey. Whether it was Audrey when my car's obsessed son came to the school, she found Lightning McQueen and Tow Mater and tailored every activity around those 2 cars to the point that he still talks about playing with Audrey at Dad's school. And like Dr. Merrill said, Toulong and John buying that Barney outfit. It was awesome to see Toulong playing Barney and Friends. If you didn't get to see that, you're missing out. The face of that little girl with cerebral palsy just lit up as he did that. Or there was Spencer volunteering at every Parkinson's class, developing a personal relationship with those patients in the midst of his busy schedule. This is a group of people that embody patient-centered care. To me, that is what the white coat symbolizes. It symbolizes that as we transition into the clinic, we accept the challenge to never lose sight of the importance of each patient and our ability to impact the quality of their life as we give them personalized, evidence-based care. And when it comes to DPT 21, I see a group of future healers, educators, and advocates that won't have a problem representing the white coat well.
Okay, now we'd like to present each student with their white coat. Right? Okay. So you guys would line up on that side of the room, and we'll come up one by one. I'll read the names. Connor Iyer. Hannah Hart. Leanne Holt. Alex Gomez. Harmony Bepler. Jimmy Comp. Luis Garza. Audrey Steinhagen. Sarah Mia Herrera. Marissa Sendejas. Tulong Zhang. Amanda Myers. Weston Souden. Ali Whitman. Patrick Redding. Isaac Montague. Nate Piles. DJ Dobbs. Shelby Nelson. Nate Schneider. Rami Higgins. Jonathan Jimenez Flores. Hope Peterson. Lane Bridge. Jordan Campbell. McKenna Harris. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Missed one. Reese Darrington. I apologize, Reese. He's amazing. Now, McKenna Harris. Spencer Ochko. Ryan Sedig. Daniel Godby. Jordan Mills Capel. Sarah Rasmussen. Hunter Bradshaw. Shane Duran. Aubrey Wood. Trenton Bowler. Cameron Gagon. Jacob Jensen. Lindsay Davis. Braden Johnson. Maddie Westerland. Aaron Hackett. Amelia Troiano. Damian White. Katie Laister. Emma Nieves. Margaret Yorkidis. Sarah Greger. Ellie Steiner. Jessica Gribby. Joyce Shin.
I feel like you will need one more big round of applause. For all of you! That was great. I have the honor of leading you through your oath now that you have your white coats that your cohort came up with. So I will have you all stand. And repeat after me. We are going to take some breaks, okay? Okay. Today, I pledge to address the health needs of our world and to implement changes that benefit my patients and community. I will strive for excellence, compassion, empathy, and respect for the rights and needs of my patients in a safe environment conducive to growth. I will provide accurate, relevant, and evidence-based care to my patients while prioritizing patient autonomy. I will respect diversity and uphold the trust of my patients who have given me the privilege to advocate for their well-being and do no harm. I will respect the views, knowledge, rights, and skills of my colleagues and all healthcare professionals. with great honor, I accept this white coat as a symbol of lifelong learning and service in front of my family, friends, mentors, and peers who have supported me along this journey. Thank you. You may be seated.
I love that oath. That's great. Congratulations, DPT 21. Well, I need your help with doing something. Two very important things. I need you to stand, turn, face your loved ones, your support system, your friends who are here, and let them hear your gratitude. Stand up. Let them hear your gratitude. Thank you. Now, I want you to exercise again and stand up again and turn to your faculty and let them hear your appreciation. These are two groups. Yes, you can sit now, Spencer. Thank you. These are two great groups of individuals who have supported you through this journey thus far and who will continue to support you through this journey that you still are on. So make sure in your own way to say thank you to those, particularly those who have really helped you along the way. Will you do that? That's great. Thank you. Now, you didn't come here to listen to some guy talk, but I do want to remind you of 5 things that I think that are important, if I can have your attention for these very important 5 things. The first one is I would charge you to remember why you are here. Do you remember the paragraph or novel, I guess, who wrote the 300-page exam notes? Whatever you wrote, I can't remember the name, sorry. Margaret, oh, great on you, Margaret. How long was your application and your why statement? Do you remember? No, okay, that's all right. But I want you to reflect upon that. Go back and read it. Reflect upon it, and always remember why it is that you signed up to get on this journey, okay? Then I want you to remember what it's like to be a patient. And in the case of Kenneth here, who was in the white coat last time around, he is now the patient. And by the way, I told him not to listen to his inner physical therapist, but to Romy. Where are you at? There you are. Listen to her. Listen to her. All right, not in your own PT. But remember what it's like to be a patient. Do you? I've been a patient so many times, and I've been treated by our graduates. And when I meet them and I see them, I know I'm in excellent care in the hands of somebody who knows their craft. So remember what it's like to be the patient. And it may be, your 20th patient, but this is their first time with you that day. It's kind of like the faculty who've heard me talk so many times. They've heard it again and again, but this is your first time hearing it. So bear with me. Remember what it's like to be a patient. And the third, remember and trust your training. Remember and trust your training. You have been put through the mill. You have been pushed, and you'll continue to be pushed. But that's great. That gives you confidence that you know your craft. Even to know what you don't know, as you heard from Dr. Merrill, and just say, okay, take a step back, trust the training, which is also includes phone a friend, like a faculty member, how to address it. But trust your training. As one who's, again, been a recipient of our great graduates, I trust their training because you've been through a lot. And that's great. That should give you confidence as you move forward. Now, the fourth thing is I want you to remember to say thank you. Say thank you to your patients. Say thank you to your colleagues. Say thank you to your family, friends, support system, your faculty. The gracious heart is one that is endearing. And as the patient, I appreciate the fact that my healthcare provider hears and sees me and is appreciative of my attention with them. So be thankful. Nobody likes to work around a curmudgeon, right? Now the final fifth thing is, I want you to look at that emblem, the shield on your badge or on your white coat. That emblem, that shield, has a hand in it. That hand is your hand. And it should remind you to remember why you're in this business. Remember what it's like to be the patient. Remember to trust your training. Remember to say thank you. And then remember that it is you. You are the ambassadors of this institution. As you go forward and serve those around you, it means something. Being a graduate from this institution means a lot. As I'm out and about in the community, I have people tell me all the time, I had excellent care at one of the students during their rotations or a graduate of our program. It means a lot in how you go about doing what you do. Now, the final thing. Those are the 5 things I want you to remember, right? And it's your hand that you carry, and that is symbolized in our logo. So see yourself in that. Now, you may have heard us say this a lot at Rocky Mountain University, but why are we in the business? What's our why? Well, we know our mission, and that's to educate and advance healthcare professionals on evidence-based practice, right? That's simple. But the why behind it is to improve the human condition. How do we do that? How do we improve the human condition? It's by loving and lifting those in need. As I read through and listened to your oath, a lot of those themes are prevalent there. To love someone is to see them for who they are, to meet them where they are, and to listen to what they say. Remember what it's like a patient, and when your healthcare provider does all those 3 things, it's powerful. Then to lift them through the skills that you've learned. You're becoming an expert in your field. Trust that training to lift them, to love and lift them, especially those who are in front of you, who are in need of your help. Trust it, and remember that you are a great ambassador of not only of this institution, but of yourself. Carry yourself in confidence, knowing what you do know, knowing what you don't know, but finding the answer so that you learn as you continue in this process. Congratulations to you. It's going to be fun to see you walk across another podium in the near future as you graduate. We're not quite there yet, but this is an inflection point to be celebrated, a point of momentum to carry you forward. So congratulations, DPT 21.
Are you really this tall?
Yes, I am.
Thank you, President. I'm not pregnant, but I'm just as emotional. I wanted to start by, again, thanking you all, family and friends and significant others. This is a tough journey that these guys go through, and you're a big support to them. So thank you for your efforts in getting them to this stage here. We've heard it from Dr. Merrill. We heard it from Isaac. Let me say again, you are a special group of people. And I don't know if you realize that. I hope you do. You've made all of our lives better. That's a really cool thing, and that's going to take you far and farther. I can do this. We played volleyball a couple of days ago. I haven't played volleyball in, when did we play last time? 6 years ago? I think it shows. I'm feeling it today. I'll come back to volleyball in a minute. Let me just say, this cohort that you've developed, where you've shared with one another and you've cared for one another, has been a benefit not only to us as faculty, but to each of you. And there was, we work a lot on your skills and your brain and your knowledge. One thing we didn't have to work on with you are your hearts. You have big hearts, and it shows every single day, and thank you for that. The problem now is, as much as you want to get out of here and be in the clinic, you leave each other. And that's going to be hard. That doesn't mean people are going to go away. It just means you won't see them on a daily basis and won't get that boost of energy, that lift from one another. So I like to tell this to everybody, a little trick that was told to me in my white coat ceremony, and that is to make yourself a happy file or a feel-good file or whatever you want to call it. And every time you get a note from a patient that tells you how great you are, put it in that file. Because there's going to come a day when it's going to get rough, and you're not going to have these people around you to give you a hug or to pull you up. But you can reach into that file and be reminded of how great you are and why you're doing what you're doing. So let's get back to volleyball. I'm not going to say who won the match. But I will say, I want you to think of a few things while you're out, and it has to do with volleyball. So you're going to have these days that aren't going to go your way, and you're going to be wondering, why am I doing this? I'm a fraud, or I don't know anything, or that patient was mean, or whatever it is. And I want you to dig deep and remember why you're there. I want you to block out the negativity that often creeps into our minds. I want you to kill. No, I don't want you to do that. No killing. Finally, I want you to serve others. This one's easy for you to do because I've seen it day in and day out. But I hope you can take those volleyball terms and use them daily. I know this isn't goodbye, but I and these folks are going to miss you and your presence on campus. I can't tell you the number of times when I've been having a bad day, and I would hope that I'd run into a 21 because I knew what I was getting day in, day out. Anyway, I'll stop rambling here. I love you guys. We all love you. We want nothing but the best. We are still here for you. Before we go, I wanted to take some time to thank the IT folks and the event planners for setting this up. Thank you. Thank you to the faculty. Thank you, President and Dean Lau, for supporting us and our program. We have some treats, refreshments over there. Please help yourself. And thank you again for coming. Please drive safely as you leave.